No. Wasn't ready for that. Rewinding the whole thing. Now prepared. Restarting. So from the jump, we're talking about, I used to feel safe. I used to be a child. I used to be naive, right? And then as a result of probably the trauma that he talks about in previous songs, it's like, look, I had a lot of trauma in my life, and I came to the realization that none of these systems that claim to keep us safe are actually shielding us from the things that we think they're shielding us from. Right? He's like hanging on like a parasite, right? His whole thing is like this let go, right? I'll take him back a couple of bars, right? And I'm going to do that a lot this time because he's on go mode immediately. Let's let him continue. Go ahead and cook, sir. Reaching in from the other side, it's time to cut the cord. Hanging on like a parasite. Go! Hanging on like a parasite. Hanging on like a parasite. Focus on dead, hanging on for your life. Focus on dead, you're reaching out from the light. Yo, that I'm reaching out for the light. Like, how, he can do like 90 different things with his voice. This is completely absurd. Walking on a razor's edge, my blood runs black. I'm not your friend. From the depths of the 36 chambers. Shout out to Wu-Tang, 36 chambers. I'll pull the trigger, give a bullet to a stranger. Nice. I pull from the depths of the 36 chambers. He says, pull the trigger, give a bullet to a stranger. And he's talking about, I think he's talking about the fact that some people just aren't playing the same game. Right? Once you reach that state to where you're like, hey, you know what? All of the systems has failed, or, your mode of interpreting reality meets reality and they don't really match. You're just kind of hit with, with one of those traumas. You can become one of those people who's like, look, I'm an outsider when it comes to all of the games and systems that normal people play. And then a stranger catches a bullet, right? Some kind of robotic spider just grabbed him by the and is climbing up a building right now. This is giving me Matrix vibes. Not only what he's wearing, but it's like he's inside this system that he's trying to escape. And maybe it's the look of the robot too. So when he says, put me in the flame, let me burn for eternity, right? There's a couple of ways that you could potentially look at that. Either he's saying, look, if there is some system that wants to control me, right, the essence of who I am won't let that happen. I'll burn for eternity first, if that's the punishment for evading all of these systems strategically. But then he might be saying that the burning, right, the burning is in the systems. It's humanity screaming from release from all of these games that society plays, right? The things that we know secretly we want to break free from but never truly can, right? I really think that Radke, the philosophy behind all of the music that I've seen from him so far is just that he wants to live in a world that is boundary free. And, I think the reason that we don't have that kind of world is because we want to live at ease. We want to be able to predict. We've set up societies and systems where prediction is easy, where we kind of know what's coming. And the unfortunate thing about that is that sometimes the universe just comes in and knocks those dominoes down and we have to restart. Right. And, guys, it's like I said before, tell me if you believe in the philosophy of these ideas of just that kind of the chaos and wanting to kind of invite chaos. Yeah, that's very Matrix vibe. That helicopter. Yeah, that's 100% Matrix. To the bottom of a throne, at the bottom of a hole that nobody wants to go. It's the devil that you know that's got a hold of your wicked soul. Your mind, you're thinking the devil is making the crime of the people are evil and never know demon design is the opposite of a divine. No, the hell is in front of you, sitting behind. I can feel every sound of a human decline. Shout out to the producer. Right when Tech begins to speak, all sound needs to cease. Shout out and salute to Tech9, the legend. This is a perfect, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he has this crown on. He's all decked out in white. They did this whole visual thing right. I don't know whether it's falling in reverse or the producer or the managers who decides to like put everything behind these videos, but shout out to them. I love the fact that the drums disappear. It's not just like a perpetual machine gun sound, which Tech9 can rap to, but it's like when he's introduced, it's like, boom, pay attention, right?
Leaving the time is upon us when all of our people are blind. Yo! Rain, saw it falling from a tower's dead plane, head bang, Mandalay Bay.
Pardon me, guys. I had to go for a second. There was a spider the size of my hand that was just crawling out of some of my soundproof foam. And I can't have that while watching this. So, you know, pardon me for that.
Tell her lead cane, sex change could get you caught up in death's range. He played sane, but really imitating Ed Gein. How did we get this way? Nigga, that shit to say, but we get this way. Having a fit today, so they wanna make a bitch to get.
You guys, I was so excited about how Tech came in. I really wasn't listening to what he was saying. And listen, it's gonna be difficult my first time around anyway, because Tech is the king and lord and ruler of the double time scheme. And so, you know, I just want to get a little bit more of a taste of where Tech is going here.
You're thinking the devil is making the crime of the people are evil and never know demon design is the opposite of a divine? No! Yes. The hell is in front of you, sitting behind. I can feel every sound of a human decline. Believing the time is upon us when all of our people are blind.
Yo, it sounds like Tech is saying, bro, the devil is not the problem. The problem is inside of you. You think that the wicked one is the devil and that the devil is calling on it? Am I wrong? I mean, listen, I'm not going to rewind this 40 times in order to digest what Tech is saying here. I mean, this whole thing, it's a stimulation overload. I might have to watch this a couple of times to really get the crux of what they're trying to communicate here on this one, guys.
In front of you, sitting behind, I can feel every sound of a human decline. Believing the time is upon us when all of our people are blind. Yo! Rain, saw it falling from a tower's dead plane, head bang, Mandalay Bay Hotel at a lead cane.
Perfect flow. Perfect flow.
Range. He played sane, but really imitating Ed Gein. How did we get this way? Nigga, that shit to say, but we get this way. Having a fit today, so they wanna make a bitch to game. My son's mom, when God, it was really wrong. I thought it was gone. The vomit, searching for my son, but I didn't go John Muhammad. So the devil's right here. On this level, wipe tears, cause when rebels ready to pop the heavy metal, I fear. Abomination, they've been faking, consecration, hating, wasting education. Got the killer on the killer, gotta chase him, go!
Yo, I have this all wrong. And check it out. I'm going to have to watch this a bunch of times. You cannot expect. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm only a human being. I have to interpret it the way that I have to interpret it because my brain is overloaded, as you should have assumed that it would be, right? But he spent his time up in that office building with the helicopter flying outside, and he's like, yo, send me to hell for eternity. I'd rather burn for eternity, right? And then Tech, you know, with this crown and this white robe appearing like, you know, some kind of resurrected Christ, is like rapping in his ear about, it's not Satan, it's you. And then he says, go. And then he falls into this pit and, you know, it's like being dragged to hell, right? This is insane visuals. Like, are they all, you know, do they all sit in an office thinking about what they want to portray in these videos? Like, this is insane. And look, he's being spiraling out of control and deeper down the rabbit. Goated. Yo, the devil is back for another rap battle. Yo, you remember the last time where he was sitting, it looked like a chessboard, and he's rapping with that devil guy and doing that double time thing. It was on the last one we just watched. I think it was Watch the World Burn where that happened. And now it looks like the devil is back for a rematch, and he's 40 times bigger now. I'm gonna rewind a little bit, let him cook. How does he get out of this problem? This is completely nuts. Was he speaking another language?